Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be featuring the team that I used to get to expert. I don't think this is necessarily a good team, but someone suggested a team with Zacian, Nidoqueen, and Zarude. They actually suggested close combat wild charge, but I actually ran a spicy moveset that some YouTubers have already featured, and that's the form of wild charge and play rough. I elected to go play rough because otherwise the team's a little bit weak to Giratina leads, which are super common. The wild charge is really nice because otherwise I'd be weak to Ho leads. Dialga is probably the most problematic Pokemon for this team. Zacian can beat it in the zero, and I'm willing to go down a shield to try to win up that matchup. But the objective is if they say switch a Zacian on me, I'm gonna make them pay. So let's go ahead and get started and see how we do. It's gonna be Poison Jab, Poison Fang, Earth Power on Nidoqueen, though I think maybe Earthquake is better, and then Zarude with the standard boost set. So this is a shiny Giratina, very nice. A lot of times I find that people try to throw on the desync on against the Zacian, so I try to get an extra move in. I'm not able to, so I go straight here to. I'm actually not entirely sure why I made this move. I was hoping to catch a Shadow Ball, but I was not able to. And they came into Metagross. This is actually really good for me. Looks like this entire team is weak to Zarude, which is fantastic for me. I'm gonna overfarm just a little bit here. I don't want to get hit by the meter mash. Have to shield it. It would do a tremendous amount of damage, and we're gonna see what they're gonna come into. I'm expecting it to be the Excadrill, and it is. And I'm trying to be really careful here. I do want to throw the Power Whip because it does do more damage than the Arc Pulse, even though they're both neutral, just 10 base power more. And I try to catch a Rock Slide there, but I'm not able to, so I'm gonna let this go. And at this point in time, like Nidoqueen is kind of useless to me, so I'm just gonna go for the Earth Power. Looks like they lagged there for 2 turns, which is unfortunate. But I still get off this Earth Power, which does a moderate amount of damage. I do get the Defense Fall, which is quite nice here. They decide to throw here because they don't want to get hit by a Poison Fang, and they're taking too much damage at this point in time. I go into Zacian right away because their defense are dropped. I'm going to let this go. If it's a Shadow Ball, I would still live it. It is a Shadow Ball, and I'm going to look to double up on this Wild Charge. So I do have double Wild Charge. They did get a move through there, though. So, and then some, this is very strange. I made a short on this, and I have another Wild Charge, and it didn't even let me throw the bubbles there. And then the Excadrill was KO'd. I was gonna win that game regardless because they would have had to shield, and then it would have made to move on Zarude anyway. So, okay, this is why I have Wild Charge. I'm not. This is kind of a complicated one to play. I throw at 7 here. They throw basically right before me, and they throw the EQ. I would have lived the EQ, but it's just a little bit too risky for me to not shield. And a Wild Charge here. Okay, they try to catch the move there, but I'm not going to throw it back to back. Mostly because I know they don't have a move yet. And they come into Giratina, and this is exactly why Zarude is pretty awesome. Because it absolutely walls the Giratina as long as they're running all ghost moves. The Shadow Ball still chunk. They do about like 30%, maybe a little bit less. So I will take another one. I don't want to take an Ominous Wind after this. So I am going to farm up a little bit here. I think I counted like 5, 4, 5. Yeah, I counted 5. I figured that's safe in case they went 1 over and they would be able to land an Ominous Wind against me. And then as well, that puts me 2 away from the Dark Pulse. So I throw it here. Actually switch. I throw 1 Snarl here and get the Wild Charge. And then they actually stay, and I'm only 1 away because I farmed a little bit versus the Giratina, and I'm able to land this Wild Charge with the Dark Pulse is enough. And then they come into Dialga here, and they actually leave here. I probably would have won, but honestly, it would have been pretty close there because they definitely would have been able to Dragon Breath me down. But I probably would have made it to the Earth Power, but it would have been honestly pretty close game here. So they actually switch out, and then here comes the Zacian. This is what we love to see. Unfortunately, you cannot farm it all the way down, and this is actually a really close zero shield matchup if I want to farm down after this. So I do take a little bit of a risk here. I let this go. Um, they throw the play rough. They will make it to another play rough because I was a little slow on the switch. And I'm like, okay, there's no point in this being the counter switch if I have to shield again. So I do get the farm down, and unfortunately, I'm not able to get the earth power off because I do get Dragon Breath down beforehand. That really sucks there because the earth power did a really nice amount of damage, and I'm hoping that it's Giratina in the back. Please show me the Giratina. I do have to shield this Iron Head, and I'm hoping and praying for the Giratina. Please show me the Giratina. And they try to catch the close combat, but what they don't know is I don't have close combat. So I let them. They go for the ominous wind. They're going for the boost. I do throw the dark pulse before they get to another ominous wind, just in case they do boost. And I'm in a really good spot here. I'm gonna let them go again. I believe they actually go for another ominous wind. I throw the dark pulse here, and this looks like a pretty good spot for me. What I actually want happen is I want them to actually switch. So I'm gonna let this go. I would live a shadow ball here if they did throw it, but they throw an Aramis win here, and I actually want to throw the dark pulse into the Dialga because the play rough wouldn't KO, but this dark pulse plus the play rough will be enough. I overtap there, but not a big deal. And I throw the, and then we're in a very good spot there. My dog getting all excited because I'm about to hit expert. I think with that win, actually no, this one, and I'm 3-0. I'm like 20, 30 points away or something like that. So if I get one more, I should be able to win here. So this is my nightmare scenario where they, well, I them saying is actually probably fine. I do want to line this up, so I throw the play rough. They actually no shield here, and a little bit of lag here, so this is a little bit problematic for me. I shield this. At this point in time, a wild charge would be enough to KO. Or I think after they shield this. Okay, and then I think I shield again. I shield again here. And I almost double up. I should have doubled up here. I throw the wild charge. And if they shield this, I'll throw another wild charge at them. They actually elected to let it go. And they come in Kyogre. So here's the thing. I make a risky play here by switching out. I switch out here into my only answer to Kyogre, mostly because if I get farmed out, I'm just gonna get Blizzard. So I really have no choice there. So I need to make it to the move first. And the good thing is that they let it go here. So I make a mistake here. This is a very good Canadian trainer. They're actually on Gym Breakers and Canadian faction as well. So I throw here, but I guess they got an invisible one through, or maybe I miscounted, um, or I started late. I don't know there because I threw it 7, right? They Brave Bird. I expect them to switch. I'm gonna throw it 3 here, and I Wild Charge. This is very problematic for me. Oh, it was pretty disastrous for me. And I get an extra Snarl back, which is pretty nice. I do expect them to switch here, so they switch out into Dialga. Unfortunately, I do not have close combat, and I am double defense, or quadruple defense dropped. I should live this Iron Head. They would have to Draco to KO me. And I throw here. This Earth Power. This is why I think Earthquake may be better, but maybe I wouldn't get to it, actually. I definitely wouldn't get to it. So I should have maybe Wild Charged here. So I should have built up to 2 here and then Wild Charged. And then had a Wild Charge banked. But okay. And then unfortunately this does not KO. And I'm in humongous trouble here. And they actually switch out. I should have switched out right away. but I'm in a whole world of trouble at this point in time. Even though their Ho is at like 5 HP, they definitely would be able to get off an Incinerate versus me. So what I try to do here, maybe I got a little too fancy here, um, and I should have just tried to farm down. Yeah, you know what I should have done is I should have just hit all the bubbles here, and then try to farm down the um, farm down the Ho-Oh because it's at like super low health, and they do have like back close combats there. So maybe a mistake on my side, and maybe if I try to farm down, I can switch and get a snarl off and be able to KO. Let's see how low the Ho-Oh's health was after the wild charge. No, it's back a little bit. Okay, maybe they had too much health. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, that's like probably too much health for me to deal with, to be honest. So, and I should have switched straight after this, but I was unfortunately slow on the switch. So, but anyways, very very good set, and I was actually able to hit expert, which I think is at the end of this little video here, if I have it, or maybe I cut it out. I think I cut it out. But anyways, had a lot of fun with this team. Not necessarily would recommend it, but it was a fun way to reach an elo milestone. So I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm not exactly sure. Typically, I have like a time period I want to hit legend, and probably like maybe the first week of Sinnoh Cup. That way, like I feel like continually battling and trying and all that good stuff. So, anyways, let me know what you think. What's been working for you? If you want to recommend some teams, I'm live usually daily on Twitch, so come check it out. You can use your channel points to recommend a team, and if I have the Pokemon and I feel like it's a pretty decent team, then I'll give it a shot. Anyways, I'm gonna leave there. If you'd like to see it, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.